Karmika Boom, broadcasting live from the bed. Come get in this bed with Karmika Boom and let's have a talk. Y'all doing okay? It's a little late, and I ordinarily would be asleep. It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning, but I'm just sitting around thinking or lying around. I just got in the bed, and I have a whole lot on my mind. So I guess I will share it with a lot of you. A lot of y'all could be somewhere sucking some DSCK, but you decide to come here and get in bed with me. And I got enough room for you. My bed is pretty big, my mattress. So come on and get in the bed with me and let's talk. Hello, Dinah. How are you? So, where shall I start? Um, I guess I'll start with this. So, earlier I shared one of these posts on my Karmika Boom Facebook page concerning a female who shared her testimony of being delivered from, living a different lifestyle, and God had saved her and, you know, put her on a better path. And I thought that was so wonderful. And it brought tears of joy. And I just celebrated her deliverance, right? So I felt compelled to contact her and ask her if she would like to talk about it more on my YouTube channel. Now, I have experienced this so many times before, and that's a little bit of why I'm kind of reluctant to contact people, because a lot of people don't want to be bothered unless they feel like you're big enough as it relates to being a personality with a big platform. And it's all about the numbers for a lot of people. They want to be on a platform that has a lot of people, and some of them want you to pay them to talk, and I'm not going to pay them. And I feel like that's real, real corny, right? I feel like if you have something to say, you ought to say it, regardless if I have two people or 25 million people, right? So last week I experienced this also. This guy, he's a rapper, and I had never heard of him. Now, mind you, I have never heard of him until I saw him featured on somebody else's page the other day. And this person, she does cooking on social media. And that's how I saw him, because she was playing one of his songs over her video. And he was in the comment section. So I was like, wow, I have never heard of this song. I was showing interest of the song. So he commented on my comment, and I asked him if he would like to come onto my YouTube channel and discuss his music. And he was like, "Yeah, we can make it happen." And I told him to inbox me, and he never did. And the way he was talking, I felt like he wasn't. It was just, once again, all about getting attention on the post. And I guess he felt like I wasn't big enough or important enough or worthy of his presence, right? Meanwhile, I never heard of him before. And here he is with titties and acting like he's too big to come my way. And I'm like, are you serious right now? See, this is why, this is why I have a big problem with a lot of these NIGGAs. I'm so sick of them. I really am. And I've tried my best to tolerate them and stomach them as much as I want to vomit them out of my spirit. I try to tolerate them, but I'm sick of them. I just got to be honest about it. And it's all about trying to get attention. And they're doing the most to get attention. And they always have this thing about, oh, we need to stick together. We all we get. And I can't stand when I hear them say that. We all we get. Well, hell, we ain't got shit if we all we get. And then they want you to support them, but they don't want to support you. We need to stick together, but they don't stick together. I'm so sick of the hypocrisy in this particular community and a whole lot of other stuff that should not be going on. But anyway, I really, really had a problem with this female as it relates to her dragging and responding to me. And she sent me a reply to my inquiry, and she was saying, well, send me your YouTube channel information and tell me what it's all about, and uh, you can email me and blah blah blah. And I have had several people to give me that same rhetoric, and what it boils down to, they want to come and check me out and see if I'm worthy. It's not about me. I'm asking you if I can talk to you about your story. It's not about me. Okay, so you're gonna make it about me. It's not about me. It's about you. You are the one that posted your testimony, your so-called testimony, your so-called story. It's about you. It's not about me. So if you got a story and a testimony, okay, I want to talk to you about yours, regardless of what my YouTube channel is about. It's about you. Either you want to talk about it or you don't. And I was so turned off by that. And I've sent her a seething reply. And I'm pretty sure she's going to block me after she look and see what my reply is. And I don't care. I don't care. Because, like I said, I'm so turned off by it. And I could care less about her testimony, her story. At this point, I could care less. And I'm already moving right along. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just gotta keep it moving away from these folks, because what it boils down to is garbage. And it is what it is. It is what it is. And so many people, they post a lot of things for sensationalism and clickbait. So it's all about trying to get attention. And a lot of people create false narratives just to get attention. So anyway, I was laying here and I was also thinking about, I'm so glad my neighbor, not my main neighbor that's been keeping up all that noise, the other neighbor up under me, he's an Indian, old wild looking Indian. And I'm so glad that he moved out yesterday. If I had known that he was gonna move, I would have went down and helped him pack his bags. And I saw him moving some garbage bags across the way up the hill a little bit yesterday morning when I came back. And I was like, what is he doing? Is it some shopping bags? Is it some food in the bags he taking to somebody? And about an hour or two later, I saw him taking some more bags. It was about 6 bags, six little some medium sized garbage bags, and it looked like some canned goods or whatnot was in the bags. Maybe I could see the outline of the stuff that was in the bags, and like an hour or two later, I saw him going out there again with about 6 garbage bags. And I'm like, what is he doing? So at that point, I had somebody looking at my vehicle, a Mexican dude who I was not familiar with. And when the Indian guy, my neighbor, my former neighbor, oh, that sounds so good. I'm so glad I can finally say that. My former neighbor. Because he used to get up every morning. And it made me think he was doing something down there that he shouldn't be doing. Possibly. It's no telling what was in them garbage bags, right? It's no telling what was in them garbage bags. Honey, a lot of these people are doing things they should not be doing. And, ooh, I don't know what he was doing down there. But every morning he would get up and he would be so busy. And I could hear how am I hearing him below me? Walking back and forth. And he would do it all day long. From about 7:30 in the morning to way over in the evening. And I'm like, he need to be in the Olympics because I know his calf muscles got to be real muscular. And I bet he can do some running, some hellified running, right? And walking. I'm pretty sure they got a department in the Olympics for walkers and runners. I know they got a major area in the Olympics for runners. I'm pretty sure they got some for walkers too and riders. Whatever your thing is, I'm pretty sure they got a department for you in the Olympics if you're good enough. But anyway, I'm so glad that he is gone. And when I seen him coming back down that hill, I said, okay, I'm going to seize the moment to talk to him. You know, you can't confront everybody. And it wasn't so much of a confrontation, but mind you, at this point, I didn't even know that he was moving out. I thought he was just moving around and couldn't sit down somewhere as usual. So when he got close to me, and I was standing outside, and the Mexican guy was still looking at my vehicle, trying to diagnose it. And I said, "Excuse me, sir." To the Indian, I said, "You're my neighbor, aren't you?" And he was like, "Yeah." He said, "What's the problem?" And I said, "Well, I've been noticing in the morning time, it's a lot of noise coming out of your unit. And I would really appreciate it if you could kind of quiet it down a little bit." And he immediately went into defense mode and confrontational mode because you know a lot of them Indians they do not like blacks. They do not like blacks, and it was like his attitude was like, "You got some kind of audacity to approach me, you NIGG blank blank blank," and I could see the energy all over him. And he a part of him wanted to just break out and just start slapping me all upside my head. And the good common sense part of him said, "Don't you do that. Don't you dare do that, because that black woman gonna wear you out." And it's a good thing he listened to that other common sense part of him, because that's exactly what was gonna happen. And so he was like, "Well, I'm moving out. I'm moving out anyway." And I said, "Oh, you are?" I said, "I didn't know you were moving out." And before I could get that part out of my mouth, that man had turned around and left. It was like, F you, Ian. That's what he was really trying to say to me, right? And at that point, it was at that point I was so glad for him to leave. Woo, that made my day. If I was in a bad mood, I was not in a bad mood anymore. I was so glad he said that. That was the best. Oh, that was some. I would say that was the best news I heard all day. But, honey, that would be a lie. But I was so glad that he said that. I was so glad he said that. And it's been quiet all yesterday down there. And I just pray to God they don't put somebody else in that unit that's going to be just as raggedy and loud as he was. Or worse. You know, it could be worse. It could be worse. And I just pray they don't put nobody in there worse. I just hope they'll leave it empty for a while. But you know, these greedy folks, they ain't going to leave it empty. They want to fill it up and make money off of it as much as possible. But I'm hopeful that if they do put somebody in there, it'll be an old woman or an old man that can barely move. Yeah, just put an elderly person in there that can barely get around, or a handicapped person that's real quiet, and mm, and somebody. Ooh, honey, look, I'm gonna have to, I'm really looking around for alternative housing out in the county somewhere. But first, I got to get my vehicle straightened out and get me another vehicle. I'm trying to weigh my options because I'm sick and tired of being a hitchhiker. I'm sick and tired of being a hitchhiker. Lord have mercy. I could write a whole movie about that experience. Being a hitchhiker again. And I want to move out in the county. But I got to get my transportation straightened out. And I had said I was going to get me an extra vehicle. But that was before my main vehicle broke down. I did not know that my vehicle gonna break down this soon. But that's what I get for purchasing it from a piece of SHIT who I called a friend. A friendly snake. That's what it was. But how do you know somebody's a friendly snake until they bite you? Huh? So now I know several thousands of dollars later, several thousands of dollars later, that was wasted. And it's like I'm patching up a car, or making a car. And mm, so, okay, all right. So this is what I'm considering. I gotta move because it's getting more ratchet over here in this once exclusive neighborhood. Ooh, every week it's almost like I can't even identify this neighborhood of what it used to be as opposed to what it's becoming. And I don't like what it's becoming. And like I was telling somebody else, I can get this same experience down the street or on the other side of town for much less. And I said, I can't believe that I'm paying what I'm paying. And I sacrifice and pay and decide to pay what I'm paying to get away from the wretches. And I be doggone, the wretches done followed me over here. Woo! They done took over the world. The wretches, they done took over the world. And a lot of these young guys with them race cars and them loud modified mufflers, they done moved in. And tonight I was laying down and I heard all that, and I was like, uh. And the first one, I said, now look, usually when I hear all that noise and I can't identify where it's coming from, I get up and get in my vehicle and follow that noise and find out exactly where it's coming from, so I can call security and go have them to go check them out and shut them down. But now that my vehicle is broke down and can barely make it, I'm gonna have to walk around there and see. I ain't really cut out for all of that. You know what I mean? So I said, okay. I listened for a little while, and then that sound dissipated. I said, okay. I don't want to hear that noise no more. Not too many more times more. And then about 20 minutes later or less, I heard it again. I said, I don't think that's that same vehicle. I think it's another vehicle. Maybe they having a race car convention out here, or a whole bunch of them done moved in together, or visiting each other. And I said, okay, if I hear one more, that's going to be three. I'm going to have to get up and go out there and see what's going on. Because we're going to have to shut this down. And I've been meaning to have a talk with my manager about all these race car drivers with all these loud mufflers on their cars, and see what she intend to do about it, and see if anybody else complaining about it, because they are determined that they are going to just take over the world. And I don't even want to talk about them. I can't stand them. And I refuse to get involved with a man that drive one of them cars. Them race cars that's popular nowadays. I don't know what caused this popularity. All of a sudden, a lot of these guys want to get a race car. and that includes the Challenger, the Charger, the Infiniti, and the Mustang. I can't stand them cars, and I used to didn't have no problem with them cars until these heathens got a hold of the steering wheel. I can't stand them. I can't stand them, and it's just something to be said about them guys that drive them kind of cars. Heathens, heathen. They got heathen rolled all over their face, and oh, they just drive them cars so satanic, and I can't stand them when I see them on the road. I try not to look at them, and if I do look at them, I just roll my eyes. And a lot of them have been crashing and burning and killing themselves and killing other folks. And I don't know what it's gonna take for some of these lawmakers to shut them down and make it a mandatory uh attempted murder charge whenever they run into somebody, or a felony, a automatic felony. That's what it needs. That's what needs to be attached to those cars. Whenever it's so many of them are driving 100 and 115, 150 miles per hour in a 40 mile per hour speed zone. I mean, just idiots, idiots. And I don't understand what's causing this other than Satan. Other than Satan. And they are getting all these drugs in their system. That's part of it. That's part of it. They're using all of these drugs. Drugs, drugs, drugs. And a lot of liquor. And then they're getting behind these steering wheels and they are impaired. Plus, they under the influence of Satan. So there you go. And then let's not forget about they got a little bit of crack in their bloodstream. They are crack babies and crack grandbabies and crack great 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 grandbabies. So there you go. Huh, that's a recipe for disaster, right? So outside of that, I I really I really am sick and tired of this current job. Honey, I called off last night. I said, See, on the weekend, they be crunk, as they call it, on Friday and Saturday. And I can't wait. I can't wait to make a video and tell y'all about that job. Okay, now, the job is working at this hotel. Now, that ain't usually ordinarily my thing, but because it was kind of close to me and my vehicle had messed up, and I can walk down there in less than 10 minutes. So that's what I've been doing pretty much. But last night, I think, was my last night, or the night before. I done had enough of them folks. They done get on my motherfucking nerves. They really have, and they won't sit down somewhere. What is the point in spending all of that money on a hotel room and you spend most of your time outside of the hotel room asking all these mother questions and things that you already supposed to know? They just want to be worrying somebody. And I be want to grab them by their collar and tell them, will you take your motherfucker to bed? Oh, I'm so sick of them spreading all this coronavirus. And mind you, once again, you don't spend. I just refuse to believe that they spending all that money on them hotel rooms. I think they're getting a hookup and scamming and carrying on. I don't think they paying all that money for them hotel rooms because they keep playing around outside that hotel room. If I don't spend all of that money on them hotel rooms, I'm staying in my room and get all my money worth. Okay, I don't think they're paying all that money for them hotels. I really don't. And then let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Oh my God. Now, on the outside, the hotel looks like it's so exclusive, right? But on the inside, oh, there's a story to be told. Oh my God. Oh my God. Honey, let me tell you. I had no idea that the hotel needs a PPP loan. Oh my God. They struggling. Either somebody is stealing the money, or where is the money at? Honey, they don't have no hotel towels. I said, look, they can get, like I was telling one of them guys that worked there, I said, look, they can call up the Amazon and get a big order of towels, a great big old shipment of towels in bulk order. It's no reason for these guests to be begging for towels and they can't get no towels. And I said, Lord have mercy. So the guy that works with me, he's kind of new himself. He was telling me, and I asked him, I said, well, how long have y'all had a towel shortage? He said, oh, it's been for months. It's been several months, almost 6 months. I said, 6 months. I said, oh my God. And he been telling me so many things, such as some of the people that coming down got coronavirus and they supposed to be quarantining and they are not. And I asked him, I said, now, when these people that got coronavirus come in here and they supposed to be on quarantine for 10 or 14 days, I said, what do y'all do with them rooms after they leave? He said, well, we supposed to take them offline, but they do not. They rent them right on back out. And don't nobody go in there and sanitize them. And speaking of sanitize, I watched that same guy, that employee, he took some glass cleaner one day and went over to the tables where the people, the guests, eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and whatnot. And he said, I know I supposed to have some sanitizer in this bottle, but I guess this'll do. And my eyes, I wish you could have saw my eyes. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Now what if coronavirus is on them tables? He done took some glass cleaner and just did whatever it takes to just look the part of a clean and sanitized table. And that's another thing. The other manager, I see him all the time. It's a lot of stuff going on in that hotel that shouldn't be. Okay, it's real nasty now. It's real nasty. They don't never holler have no soap in the bathrooms for the public bathroom. And tissue, the guests be begging for tissue. They don't holler have no tissue for the guests. And in that public bathroom, they don't holler have no paper towel. And the man that's supposed to be taking out the trash, I suspect, I can't prove it, but I think some drug dealing going on up in that hotel and some prostitution. And the dude that's supposed to be coming up there taking out the trash, he be lying like he coming up there taking out the trash. I think he just trying to get some extra time on his time card. And he really up there, I suspect, selling dope. And he pretend like he coming up there to take that trash out. Okay, if you coming up there at nighttime when you're supposed to take out the trash during the day, and you come up there at nighttime to take out the trash, why is the trash still in the garbage can and overflowing onto the floor and you are getting ready to go? I thought you said you come up there to take the trash out at night, but the trash is still there when you are gone. Make it make sense. So the dude is lying. The dude is lying. It's a lot of lying going on up there. And it's a lot of guys. I don't know where that came from, but according to the employee, a lot of the guys done came from different cities and they are in town working for this company. And I'm trying to figure out, do the company know what they doing up there? Maybe, maybe not. But from the looks of things, they up there smoking dope all night long outside that door. And they probably selling dope too. And I got a feeling that manager is a part of it. And he keep on playing games and pretending like, he against it. Meanwhile, it keep on going on. And last week they had a big convention and a lot of high class rich white people was in town and stayed at that hotel. And you know how that goes. A lot of rich white folks, they not gonna put up with no nigga shit, right? They're not gonna put up with no half stepping, especially if they are spending a whole lot of money and they have a whole lot of influence on what goes down as it relates to the operations of a place. And a lot of them have stock in a lot of these companies, right? So I heard a few of them outside that door talking, and they were very displeased with what was going on with that hotel. And I said then, oh, some emails finna get sent out, and some phone calls are about to get made. And see, a lot of those rich white people, they friends and golfing buddies with a lot of these people that run and operate these hotels and manage and own these hotels and things. And they're not gonna tolerate it. They're not gonna tolerate it. And the pool was closed. You know, white people love to get in the pool when they go to hotels. And the pool was very nasty. And you know those white people didn't hesitate to take their cell phones out and take pictures of that nasty ass pool. And it's supposed to have had a cover on it, but I noticed when those rich white people left, a cover automatically got put on that pool. I said that's a result of them sending out them emails. See, when them rich white people get on that computer and send out them emails, they get shit done. Excuse me for cussing. They get things done. And when they pick up that telephone, all they got to do is make one phone call. They ain't got to sit on there all day and call this person, call that person. See, that's what happens when you are influential and you connected and you have resources. You ain't got to do nothing but make one phone call. That's it. That's all. One stop shop. Yeah. So a lot of changes got made in just one day. And the guy, one of the employees that had been talking to me and telling me a lot of things. Okay, the manager that worked overnight. Okay, I don't think he liked me from day one because I suspect he's very shisty, right? And shiesty people, one thing I do know, shiesty people don't like to fool around with righteous people because we are liability to their operations, right? Because they don't walk a fine line. They ain't trying to do what's right. They want to do what's wrong all day and all night. That's how they move. And they don't want to be around nobody righteous and uh-uh. So when I first met him, and we locked eyes with each other. You know, the eyes are the window to the soul. He let me know, oh no, he had a problem with me, right off the cuff, and I had a very uneasy feeling when I looked at him, and he automatically gave me a little attitude, but he kind of played it off, right, and I saw it. I saw his energy. And it's like when I see somebody's energy and it ain't right, or even if it is right, it's like with my spirit eye, I automatically take like a Polaroid picture of you, right? Just like that. Just like that, I got you locked in. And just like that, I locked him in. And after that, it's almost like you got a window and you might put some flowers in your window. You might put uh some some real cute pictures around your window, and you might spray it with potpourri. But if your window is got garbage around it, I don't care what you put around it, it's still a stinking window. Okay, and that's pretty much how it is with that man. He has tried to give me drinks and cookies and all that kind of stuff and offer me breakfast and all that. He trying to throw me off, see. He's a dirty bitch. He's a dirty bitch. And he tried to throw me off. I I see his dirty hands. He's real dirty. And he play a lot of dirty games. And I'm telling you the truth. Not last night, the night before, he was really playing some dirty games the other night. And see, the type of games that he's playing, it is not beneficial to me at all. And I'm going to go into a lot of that later. I'm not going to go into a lot of it right now. But yeah, that morning I decided enough is enough. They ain't paying me enough to have to deal with all of this. And all of them niggas just, oh my God, all night long, moving around, moving around, moving around. Never mind coronavirus, right? And I said, I see why there's such a spread as it relates to coronavirus, because these motherfuckers, they won't sit down somewhere. And they went on and on and on till a little bit after 4 o'clock. And see, Friday and Saturday night, that's what they do. That's what they do. And I can't stand to work on Friday and Saturday night because of that. Because of that. And I mean, it's a continuous thing all night long. And it's so much mess that, ooh, I can imagine that they got going on in them hotels. And then on top of that, it's not sanitary in there, and you got COVID-19, and oh, it's just awful. And then a lot of reports have been circulating that there have been some niggas riding around robbing a lot of hotels. See, those are the signs of the stimulus checks drying up the money. All of this money that the government done gave these folks, it's done start drying up. Now they done start back robbing with a more severe attitude. And that's another thing. Let's talk about that. The money. And I was saying to myself, and then I was talking to another lady at the job about this a little while later. Okay, I was thinking about this the other night. What good have all of this money did these heathens? No good. No good at all. All they got to show for it is a raggedy car. That's all a lot of them got to show for it. All this money that's done came through their bank accounts and their hands. What do these folks got to show for it? Other than a raggedy car. That's a shame. That's a shame. And they've been telling a lie. I want to build my community up. But the white man is in my way. The Mexican taking all our jobs. Okay, now the white man out of your way. The Mexican out of your way. And now I ain't seen none of them going to Home Depot and getting a hammer or a nail or some bricks to build up their community or some garbage bags to clean up all that trash in their community. No, 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 no. They been speeding past Home Depot, going straight to the liquor store and the dope man house, the trap house, and to these hotels to screw each other in the butt and suck on some DICK. Okay, that's what they've been doing, and that's exactly what a lot of them want to do. Yeah, that's what they want to do. And winter is coming, and a lot of them gonna be caught off guard and think they're gonna be able to beg their way through winter and beyond. But whatever. I have decided. I've come to the conclusion. Whatever they get, they deserve. Okay, and I know that sounds kind of harsh, but that's the way it is. Cause I'm sick of them. I'm sick of them. They done had so many opportunities, but they won't seize the moment. So they get what they get. They get whatever they get. Okay, and that's the way it is. And whatever it be, that's whatever it's gonna be. And so be it. So, child, my feet been hurting, and they just won't quit. I don't know why they hurting so bad. And I ran some water a while ago. It's probably done got cold by now. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and soak my whole body in the tub and try to boil this tension out of my feet. I need a man with some great big old hands to just twist them and turn them and get all of that tension out of my feet that's locked in my joints. Oh my God. And rub all that tension out of my neck and my lower back, and be for real about it too. Don't be playing around. That's what I need, honey. And whenever I get back into the business of hooking up with somebody's son, somebody's fine son, I'm gonna make sure I look at his hands real good. That's gonna be a requirement. You gotta have some great big old hands and a wide back and broad shoulder blades. Yes, I ain't fooling around with these little skinny and malnourished men. I ain't got time for them. Uh-uh. I don't want nothing to do with these little thin, hungry ass looking men. Uh-uh. He gotta be a great big old stout country cornbread fed and green beans eating man, honey. Yes, a lumberjack. One of them type dudes. And I prefer one with a bald head. I'm just a sucker for a man, a fine man with a bald head. I always had like them. Y'all can keep the man that's looking like he got a mop on top of his head. Y'all can keep all of that shit. Excuse me. Forgive me, Lord, for cussing. But anyway, honey, I just can't get my appetite together. It's like, um, have you ever wanted something to eat, but everything you eat is trash? Ooh, what is the good tasting food? I'm so sick of this fake food. I'm so sick of this fake food. You gotta eat so much of this fake food, and you still can't even get food. It's like you ain't even been eating nothing. 30 minutes later, you're hungry. Well, hell, it used to be 30 minutes, now it's 10. 10 minutes later, you're hungry again. So you gotta just drink, drink, drink a lot of whatever to compensate and fill your belly up. Because this fake food just ain't doing the job. But anyway, coronavirus. Child, now they talking about you gotta have 3 shots. I said 3 shots. Oh, I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of it. And now they talking about this another mutation of the coronavirus over there in Japan. I'm so sick of the Asians. Why don't they just stop eating dogs and cats? That's what I think. That's where coronavirus came from. They've been eating all this nasty dogs and cats and rats and insects and things. And I think that's where it came from. I can't prove it, but I got a feeling it come from being nasty, real nasty. And here we go. So anyway, yeah. Now they talking about you need a booster shot on top of the booster shot on top of it. And then they're trying to lock everybody out of the sporting events and restaurants and gyms and all this and all that if you ain't had the proof of the coronavirus. And speaking of proof of the coronavirus, child, the police done pulled some dude over in a car. You know, they bootleg not, boosters. That's what you call them, boosters. You know, they be having bootleg drive out tags, doctor notes, fake doctor notes, and fake this and fake that. And honey, they found he had in his car a whole bushel of fake COVID-19 vaccination cards. I said, oh, the plug done got busted. But you know, it's a whole bunch of other plugs out there. He ain't the only one. So you know what they're gonna do. You know what the feds gonna do because they don't appreciate that. They ain't gonna appreciate that, right? Because they probably I don't know. Are they charging for them cards? I don't know. But if they are charging, they ain't gonna appreciate y'all taking money out of their pocket. So what they probably gonna do is probably do like those drive license, the new drive license had those reflector things on there. And or that might be a whole bunch of BS leading up to what they really want to do is which is implant you with a chip up under your skin, and then they can just scan your skin to verify that you had the COVID shot. I don't know. I'm just saying. Anything is possible, right? But I am so sick of all that COVID talk, vaccination talk. It's every day. Every day. I'm sick of it. You can't escape it. It's on the news. It's on the internet. It's on the newspapers. On the mag. It's everywhere. I'm sick of it. And man, yesterday we had uh flooding in the city. Cause I think they have some real bad weather down in the Gulf Coast like they usually do this time of year, and these heathens still won't sit down somewhere. In the middle of flooding, they still out there in the street. In the middle of a pandemic. So what is it gonna take? I don't know. But they refuse to go somewhere and sit down. I ain't never in my life seen a bunch of people that got the spirit of can't sit the F down somewhere. I don't understand this. And I said, look at them. They showed them on the news, all on social media, out there in the middle of the street, and it was flooding out there, and they were having their ass out there finna get swept away, their whole car. And then some people in the restaurant, they went out there to save a couple of folks. I said I wouldn't have went out there. I wouldn't have went out there risking my life, and they had no business out there in the first place. If you're not going to a job or coming from a job, stay your ass at home. Why? I don't know. I don't understand why it's so hard. Get enough grocery if you can afford it, where you won't have to come out for a long, 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 long time, or get it delivered to you. Instacart, DoorDash, whatever other dash they get. They will bring you your food. You don't have to get out there. But a lot of people just got to get out there. They can't sit down somewhere. I don't understand it. I'm so glad I never had that problem. A restless spirit. That's what you call that. A restless spirit. Can't sit down somewhere. Can't sit down somewhere. Gotta get the moving. They're just begging for COVID. Just begging for COVID-19 to kiss them goodnight. Oh, I don't know what's taking COVID-19 so long. I guess they got a lot of trips to make before it gets around to a lot of these folks. But eventually he gonna get around. I think it's a boy. Don't y'all think that COVID-19 is a boy? I think it's a boy. It might be a girl. It might be transgender. I don't know. But anyway, it's gonna get around to a lot of these folks that can't sit down somewhere. I don't know why COVID-19 so impartial to these hood rats. It should have been done got around to them. But I don't never hear about these hood rats having COVID-19. I think that's the cure. Being a hood rat. They too fast for COVID-19. And then they got all them drugs and stuff. Maybe that's building up a barrier between them and COVID-19. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. It's been so much going on. I got some flowers outside. They won't grow. They won't grow. And speaking of growth, I got a problem with a lot of these females with them eyelashes. The eyelashes, them ugly eyelashes, is longer than their real hair. What's up with that? And they will not stop wearing them things. They so ugly. What is it gonna take for somebody to have the courage to tell them that shit is ugly as hell on your face? Forgive me, Lord, for cussing. But anyway, yeah, tomorrow. Well, today. Today. What is today? Today is Sunday, ain't it? Are y'all going to church today? I was gonna start going back to the church house, but my vehicle done put me down. And I called up to the church to ask them if they'd give a ride. So they said no. Maybe it's because of COVID-19. They don't want to take a chance. So, everybody spreading the coronavirus in their vehicles. And they don't want to have to take the sanitizer and wipe the seats down and things. But anyway, what y'all think about this? Now, the other day, I'm so sick of. Okay, this is what I need to do. This is what I need to do. I don't know why I didn't think of this before, but I need to block this number. That's what I need to do. This taxi driver, the African, he is very ugly. And it's the nerve of these ugly men for me. Oh, I ain't never liked it. Now, I have said ugly men come in handy because ugly men are blessed between their legs. They got something to prove in bed, right? But see, I'm not even fooling around with none of that. I'm not fooling around with none of that. And it's a difference between a ugly man and a ugly man. It's a difference. Now I don't want to fool no ugly man. Now if he ugly, that's fine. When the occasion arises. But sometimes you can just be too ugly, and a lot of them over there, they are very ugly. And you know I just go so far with the ugly now. Sometimes it can go too far. And some of those Africans, can we be honest about it? They just way too ugly. So he is the type of ugly that fits that category. And he got the attitude like he's a good looking man. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Once upon a time, ugly folks used to know their place. And speaking of ugly folks, what y'all think about these ugly children? These folks won't stop having ugly children. Oh my God. It's like one monster after another in these baby carriages. Oh, Jesus Christ. And one particular ugly child that come to mind. Oh, Lord forgive me. I know somebody ain't gonna like this, but I'm finna say this. Cause I've been holding it for a long, long time. Whew, a celebrity couple that's got an ugly baby. And she's a big girl now. Coco and Ice T's daughter. I've been meaning to talk about her for a long, long time. She got Ice T's face and Coco's skin color. And it's not looking good. Ooh, that's a little ugly ass girl. And Coco, did y'all hear about Coco? I don't know why she felt compelled to give us too much information, but she did. And I ain't never liked Coco. She wanna be, what's her name? Anna Nicole so bad. Ooh, she wanna be Anna Nicole so bad. And Coco said she don't take baths. And that's not surprising to me. Look at her. Look at her. She looks stank. She looked like she stank. And Ice T just loved that stinking stuff. He wouldn't have it any other way. And she said she don't take baths on a regular basis. It's a lot of them don't do that. So she said also, she is still breastfeeding that big ass girl. And I said, this is just ridiculous. Just one big nasty trash bag. And Ice T is financing all of this trash. And oh my God. I got a strong feeling that Ice T is the carrier of this what you call it? The special needs gene. That little girl look like she got the special needs gene. And I think it's coming from Ice T's side of the family. And he got them little toddler teeth. I can't stand a grown adult with toddler teeth. It's something to be said about a grown person that still got. Why don't the teeth grow? Everything else growing but them teeth. And they look kind of scared. Don't they look kind of spooky? Adult person, a grown person with toddler teeth. I don't trust a grown person with toddler teeth. I just don't trust them. And man, what about them people that's got them teeth? They real little, and they got mostly gums. I can't stand them kind of folks right there. Ooh, get away from me. Get away from me with this. Away from me with this. Okay. And Phaedra. I've been meaning to talk about Phaedra. Phaedra Parks from Atlanta Housewives. I'm so sick of that. What is the point of Phaedra walking around here with that blonde hair? And why won't somebody in her circle tell her that she looks a mess? Phaedra looks a mess. And she done had all that plastic surgery on her face, looking like, oh, what's she selling? Somebody in the casket. Ain't she still in the funeral home business? I remember last time I checked, she was talking about going into the funeral home business. And she looked in casket ready with, oh, that face looks amazing. I ain't never thought she was pretty or cute. And a lot of people done boosted her head and got her thinking she is so fine. I can't stand her thighs. She got the same kind of thighs that Toya, right? Oh, I can't stand them thighs. Ooh, it's almost like they was almost gonna be a midget, but the Lord saved them in the nick of time. And as much exercise they do, they still got them chubby thighs. What the F-U-C-K? And I can't stand Phaedra with that blonde wig. And why? Ooh, this is another thing. This is another thing. I got a big problem with this right here. And it's a lot of this going on all around the world. I can't stand when good looking men have a baby with an ugly girl and it don't get none of their features. It's just a waste of good looks. Good looks gone to waste. It's just a tragic situation. And look at Apollo with his fine ass. Look at Apollo done hooked up with Phaedra, funny looking self. And them children, them two boys they ain't got none of Apollo looks. I'm so mad about that. I've been mad about that for a long time. And I've been trying to get over it. But they go Phaedra every time I turn around. There she go posting pictures of them boys. And it reminds me all over again. Ooh, I'm so mad about that. And why won't Apollo stick a dick in somebody else and that look better and make a better creation? Shit, I know he got it in him. I know. I'm so sick and tired of these good looking men not having good looking children. And speaking of such, one of my Facebook friends is in that same category, and he used to be such a good looking man. But oh my God, that reminded me. I just thought about another one on my Facebook page. It's two of them, real good looking men. Kind of look like Christopher Williams back in the day. You remember? Oh, he looked terrible now. I don't know what happened to him. And Jaheim. Oh my God, why is Jaheim looking like he's 30,000 years old? And somebody said that's what you get for putting a woman first. I said, oh my God. And he said he's a vegan or vegetarian. I said he needs to go back to eating hamburgers and fried chicken, a whole bunch of it. Because he looking terrible. What's happened to his hair? He needs to put on a toupee or a wig, don't he? Or a baseball cap. He looking terrible. And the skin so ash and dry. That vegan, vegetarian, and all that ain't doing him a bit of good. And maybe he need to take something for his immune system, boost his immune system. But oh my God, those two guys on my Facebook page, now they kind of in the same category with Apollo. Man, let me tell you, they real good looking men. You know they don't make good looking men like they used to. They are last of a dying breed. So this one, I'm sick of him. I've been flirting with him for a long time. See, he used to look way better than what he looked. He still got a pinch of good looks in him, and he almost finna be a middle-aged man. And now he been fucking all. Oh, excuse me, forgive me, Lord, because he been effing all these ugly girls and got them ugly ass as children. I can't stand when he post them. I can't stand when he post them. And I be like, damn, he go with the ugly ass children, and he's so proud of them. He's so ooh. See, that's the time for you to hide your children. You know, a lot of folks don't want to show their children out in public because they're ugly. And a lot of these folks that's got these ugly children, there they go. Love to post them and they be scaring the hell out of me. And I don't be ready as soon as I come on Facebook, there they go. And I be like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? I don't be ready. And they need to warn us. You know, Facebook be putting that cover on some of these pictures. Why don't they put them covers on some of them folks with them ugly children? Put that cover on top of their pictures. And if you want to look, you can click on that thing or not. That's what they need to do. That's what they need to do. Add that feature for the ugly folks' children. These people with the ugly children. So he used to be real good looking. We came from the same hometown, and back in the day, he would not give me no kind of play. So I understood because I was out of his league. You know, you got to know your lane, your league, right? And some of these people be trying to shoot their shot and they way out of their league. And I knew I was out of my league back in the day because he was real good looking, real fine, sexy. And man, he had it going on. But he been sticking the dick in all these ugly ass folks, and it's done brought down his value. And he looking real bad. Now see, that's what you get. That's what you get for sticking your dick in these ugly ass women, these ugly ass sluts. Jezebels. And man, he done got kind of chubby, but not all the way chubby. He still got a little muscular build to him. You know, if he go to the gym, within less than 9 months, he'll be straight again. And he been eating all that old processed food that them ugly ass women been cooking for him. And man, his skin done got real dark and ashy. But he say he got kidney problem. He be going to dialysis, so maybe that's part of it. That maybe that's what's done happened to him. And his hair done start thinning. He gonna be bald headed in less than 5 years. You know, the middle aged men, their hair start receding, and when they get a certain age and they start getting bald headed, why don't they go on and cut it all off instead of holding on to that circle part that around the side and the back? What? Ooh, they don't want to let it go. It can't. They just can't let go. But now I feel like hell. He ain't really got no option. He done got kind of sickly. He ought to go and let me shoot my shot. And I've been all on his Facebook page, all in the inbox, flirting with him. But look, he ignoring the shit out of me, and I'm sick of him. I'm real sick of him. And I'm the only one that pretty much be hell. Even commenting on this fucking page. Everybody else think he boring as fuck. I do too. But still, I got an agenda. I got an agenda. That ain't the only reason. Some of his stuff do be kind of interesting. But I'm like, I'm the only one really been giving your ass some attention. And you still trying to act stuck up. What the fuck? And your ass is sicking on your last leg. And hell, I could help nurse him back to health. And he ain't even trying to take advantage of that. Okay, go ahead and die, bitch. Go ahead and let your last little kidney just conk out on your ass. Okay, whatever. So the other guy, now he's a lawyer. He's a fine Lord. Let me go on and cuss. A fine motherfucker. He's a fine motherfucker. Forgive me, Lord, because I just had to get that out of me. I just had to get that out of me. He is so fine, and he won't quit being fine. And he getting a little older, but unlike that other dude, he getting better. He getting better, and he won't let it be known, but I got a feeling he be fucking them sluts. Forgive me, Lord, because he be fucking them sluts, and he be hanging around. And this don't even go together. This don't even go together. He be hanging around these rappers. They giving him some money to help them beat them cases. Of course, it's what's going on, right? And sometimes they probably be exchanging and bartering. They probably giving him some top grade sluts in exchange for his services. So he had got in trouble one time and almost had his law license revoked. But he beat the case because he was beating the shit out of one of them sluts. And I think she was lying on him a little bit. You know how that go. So I never did hold it against him because I still want my turn. And I've been flirting in his inbox, but hell, I guess I ain't his type. But I think if I go to one of them parties and he get drunk enough, he might give me a chance, right? He might. But I think the other alternative for me to go and lose weight and then pretend like I want a consultation with him and go on and go to his office with no panties on, right, and sit on the desk. Whatever it takes is whatever it takes. So he got some ugly children. And I was on his Facebook page last night, and every time he posts some children, I get madder and madder and madder. I mean, he real good looking, and them children didn't take none of his features. And I'm like, oh my god. And he got one daughter, she real fat, light skinned and fat as fuck. They don't even go together with pretty hair. Whew. But they don't make them half breeds like they used to. I wish they would. I wish they would. See, that come from that contaminated bloodstream. A lot of these folks, they ain't got no business mixing the blood. It don't go together. And I remember when I was a little girl, they used to have some beautiful hair breeds, if it's such a thing. But now these hair breeds nowadays, they look like light skinned black folks with bad hair. That's terrible. Ain't that a terrible version of a hair breed? Yes, it is. And then they be ugly. Most of them be ugly. They used to have some real cute hair breeds back in the day when I was young, but they don't make them like they used to. So anyway, moving right along. Speaking of rappers, I'm almost gonna be a fan of Moneybag Yo. He look like he look. Ooh, I don't want to say what he look like because he look like he can fight. I ain't gonna talk bad about Moneybag Yo, but I'm almost gonna be a fan of Moneybag Yo. His rapping is. I ain't gonna say it because he look like I said he look like he can fight, but it ain't top notch. But I kind of like the flow of it a little bit. I like a couple of his songs, and then he looked like he's, he can get down behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got all them children for nothing. And then I just like the energy of Money Jet Bag Yo. But I would say somebody's girlfriend, but like I said, he look like he can fight, so I ain't gonna say nothing about him. But I sure want to make some disparaging comments about her. Ooh. But anyway, anyway, it is just so much going on out here in these streets, child. On these internet streets, on these YouTube streets in particular. It's so messy. It's so messy. And last night, I was looking at a video. Oh, it was so ghetto. It was so ghetto. I ain't gonna call that name, but they some ragged ass YouTubers on the black side of the YouTube streets. And they had a lot of nigga shit going on. And I mean, it was so ghetto. And It was at least about eight. I didn't even think you could put that many people on one panel. It was at least about eight, I guess, eight different YouTubers, and a whole bunch of them was just talking over each other and threatening each other. And one of them had a AK-47 threatening one of them. And I said, this is a time for YouTube to shut the stream down." And they just let it go on and on and on. And I said, "Ain't somebody reporting this shit? Ain't somebody reporting this ghetto stuff?" And man, what it boiled down to? What it boiled down to? A lot of these folks, a lot of these folks, they are trying to jockey for position. They trying to be the top YouTuber on the YouTube streets. And I think that's so sad. It's enough room for everybody. You know what I mean? But let me tell you what's going on. A lot of these folks, they get addicted to these super chats and cash apps and all of this attention and subscribers and all this, and they feel like they just want to hoard all that to themselves. I'm so glad I ain't never ever been into all of that. I mean, if it come, it come. But so many of these people, they feel like, they on top, I guess, and they want to stay on top. No, 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 no. That's not how it works. It comes in waves. It comes in waves. Just because you hot this week or for a couple of months or a couple of years, that don't mean you're going to stay hot. Okay? And it's always going to be another YouTuber to take your spot. It's gonna be a different person every other couple of months or couple of years. That's just how it goes. But so many of these people, they be doing the most to get somebody to watch their videos, even if they have to fake a lot of beef and all of it. Ugh. And some of them, they want to have a reality show so bad. If they want a reality show, why don't they just say that? Oh, and and they just be manufacturing all of this YouTube beef, and I'm like, wow. So these particular YouTubers that I've been watching, it is kind of interesting. It's some nigga shit, but it's some interesting nigga shit. Okay, and I'm trying to figure out when are they gonna fight outside of YouTube. And so, like they always do, they find each other's address and they've been threatening to go to each other's city and do this and do that. And I'm like, this is just ridiculous. This is just ridiculous. I mean, it's done get so far gone and out of hand and out of control and out of pocket. And let me tell you, so one of the YouTubers, okay, some of the YouTubers saying they was trying to find out who the guy was because he was putting information out about these other YouTubers. So they got together and got mad and teamed up and decided they gonna find out who he is. So they finally found out who he was, and they weren't sure if that was his real picture because he been hiding his face. You know how a lot of them be hiding their face. So they've been guessing, but they've been pretending like they got the real picture of the YouTuber. But he been saying, "Nah, that ain't me. That ain't me. That ain't me." So then, this past couple of days, I think he playing a game on them, and they trying to play a game on him. So he said, "Well, this is me." He posted some pictures, but then they was like, "No, that ain't him." He done merged his picture with another rapper pictures. And after I looked at it, I said they might be right. But I was thinking, oh, he look real good. And, he is kind of sexy. He got a little swag to him. He got a little thug in him. I like that. And I like the way he be talking. So he was like, uh, any of y'all want to talk to me behind the scenes? Go on and hook me up. Go on and hook up with me or whatever. So I was just under the um impression he was saying, like, not on, well, it could go anyway. If you want to hook up with him on a personal level or just to talk to him or whatever, it's like that. It can be either way. It's like this or it's like that. So the other morning, I sent him an email and I was telling him how I really like his channel and his content, and I thought he was so fine, you know what I mean? Just giving him a little shout out, right? The nigga didn't even respond to me. I said, I guess I ain't fine enough. I ain't light skinned enough. I ain't got a long enough wig or eyelashes. Well, look, I guess he want a certain type of woman to reach out to him. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? And here I am being genuine. But you know, a lot of people, they would rather have fake people reaching out to them and being, connected to them. That's the thing nowadays. Fake is the new real. People, a lot of these people, they don't like genuine people, being affiliated with them because they ain't real. They ain't real. And it took me a long time to accept that's what it is, and that's what it is. So when you learn what it is, you learn to adjust and move accordingly around all the fake stuff. And it's more fake people out here than it is real. And it's very disheartening. But, hey, it is what it is, right? And man, it's just out of control. It is really, really out of control. A lot of this YouTube drama, it is so out of control. But anyway, on another subject, speaking of YouTube, I noticed either YouTube, they have been messing with my numbers for quite some time. There's a lot of games getting played with these YouTube numbers. And I was thinking, is it YouTube playing with the numbers? Because a lot of times they don't send the notifications out to the YouTube subscribers, and they be slowing the video down, whereas it won't really have a high number of views or whatever, because they got an agenda. They got an agenda to push certain YouTubers to the top, and then they want to hold other YouTubers back. You see, it's a lot of mess going on, and then Lord have mercy, it's gonna take a longer video dedicated just to that for me to even get into all of that. But anyway, I was thinking, well, maybe a lot of the YouTube subscribers, maybe they done fell off and lost interest. Which I'm kind of glad, because let's face it, a lot of these subscribers on my YouTube, a lot of them, I'm gonna tell you, I'm really gonna say this, and a lot of y'all are gonna be surprised to hear this. But I got more haters on my subscriber list than I got supporters. Make it make sense. I wish I could. That's the for a long time, I have thought that's the most stupidest thing. Why would you subscribe to somebody you don't even like just to be close to them and keep surveillance on them? Oh, Lord have mercy. I think that's the stupidest thing. Your haters want to get close to you and keep an eye on you. Lord have mercy. But anyway, a lot of them done fell back, I think. A lot of the haters, they done lost interest because they've been trying so hard to get my attention and I won't give it to them. So they just get bored and they just move the hell on. And I be so glad when they do that. And then they go trolling somebody else. Whew, it's crazy. It is crazy. But anyway, we still got a chicken wing shortage. And I'm dealing with it the best that I can. And I'll go to Walmart later on today, and I'm pretty sure they ain't gonna have no more chicken wings. So I really don't know what I'm gonna be buying because I'm so sick of buying this fake food. I don't know, but I've been trying to adjust and just do what I can in place of the chicken wings. I don't buy a whole lot of chicken wings, but I do buy them quite often and make them at home. I'm trying my best to stay out of these restaurants because of COVID-19 and all this terrible slow customer service. Oh, I'm sick of the lines being so long and a lot of these people not coming to work. And our society is just changing, changing, changing. So it's something that we just gotta adjust to. Like I'm trying to adjust to my arm being semi handicapped. And I don't know if I need to go to the doctor or what. Earlier this week, about 2 days ago, I was moving my mattress, right? From one side of the room to the next, where I am now. And I heard this crack. And I'm like, what the F? And then my arm started immediately hurting. So I'm thinking, did I sprain it? Did I break a bone inside of it? I don't know. But honey, this time next week, if it's still hurting and I can barely move it, the first day after I heard it, it was real bad. I could barely move it. But it's still kind of tight. Whereas when I try to move it a certain way, it be hurting a little bit, like a pinch. So I said, oh, this is not the time to be going to the hospital, right? Unless you absolutely have to, because they already done said they ain't got no beds and then they ain't got time for you. They really stretch, and stretch to the max. So, I don't know. Maybe I need to go to one of these little clinics. Maybe they'll see me. One of these little check in and check out clinics. I don't even know if they say. I'm trying to stay away from them places because the hospitals and clinics, that's, coronavirus central, right? You could just COVID all over them places. I'm trying my best to stay away from them places unless I absolutely have to go in there. But yeah, this has really been a challenge trying to work with my arm like this. And oh, it's so challenging trying to take a bath and put on my bra and stuff like that. Oh my God. You never miss some of your uh, faculties of your body until some part of it break down on you. Man, you don't know how important it is. So let's talk about this mechanic again. I started talking about him earlier and I got distracted. So let me tell you about him. So I didn't even know a whole lot about him. One of my friends recommended him to me. And it's so hard to find a mechanic nowadays. I don't know. Oh, they is dying out. They is dying out. I don't know what's done happened to all the mechanics. And a lot of these people, they not trying to learn no new trade and skill like they used to. A lot of these men used to pass a lot of these skills and trades down to their sons and daughters, some of them, and blah blah blah. So nowadays they ain't passing them nothing but the blunt. So we got a whole bunch of junkies and not enough hard workers, and it's so refreshing when you can find a man that got some skills and got some brain and know how to do some fucking work. Forgive me, Lord, for cussing. And instead of just knowing how to smoke dope and do a bunch of screwing with them contaminated dinglings. I'm so sick of it. So anyway, uh, oh my God. Oh my God. So the mechanic, I made it abundantly clear. I just wanted him to look at my vehicle, diagnose it, and give me a price on how much it's going to cost to get it fixed. I can't stand when these men try to take advantage of a single black woman. And look, I've been through it too many times. I've been through, and I'm thinking I'm dealing with a Mexican. He ain't gonna do me like this. But see, they've been over here too long, and all this nigga shit is rubbing off on a lot of these Mexicans. They've been over here too long, and a lot of this wicked ways of the Western society is rubbing off on these Mexicans. Yes, and so he quoted me a price of $50 just to look at it and check it out. How did $50 go all the way up to 60? He added $10 more to it. Okay, in the middle of everything, and I didn't appreciate that. So I went ahead and gave him that extra $60. Okay, so he is out there saying to me that he hadn't been working all last week because he been so consumed with his dad and having coronavirus. Ooh, when he said that, I got away from him. Because, honey, all you got to do is tell me that you or somebody in your family or some of your coworkers or friends got coronavirus. I'm getting away from you. I'm going to give you several feet outside of the six. And when he said that, I said, "Oh my God." And he said his dad had finally died from the coronavirus, and his sister had been helping to take care of his dad, and now she got the coronavirus. Oh, and I had to get away from him. But before I got away from him, he was fanning his hand, and some of that sweat from his face dropped on my doggone hand. I said, "Oh," it was like my hand was burning, and I was all I could think about. I need to get to some hand sanitizer. And he was just talking, 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 and I was just backing up and backing up, backing up, and I had to go. Oh, I couldn't even hardly hear nothing that he was saying after that, because all my mind and focus was getting to some hand sanitizer and getting my hand off my arm. Oh my God! All I can think about coronavirus is on your hand. Coronavirus is on your hand. And man, when I finally got back in the apartment, I could not stop scrubbing my hand. Woo! Lord have mercy. And I just looked at that little wet spot from his sweat on my hand. All I could think about is coronavirus. Lord have mercy. These folks that got me so nervous with this coronavirus. And they ain't washing like they need to. They ain't hand sanitizing and wiping themselves down. And look, what is it going to take? Do we need some hazmat suits? I think we do. I think we need to order some hazmat suits and pass them around. And okay, so here this man, I want to call him a nigga because he sure did have the spirit of a nigga. I want to call him a nigga so bad. And he done took that whole tire off, and he just going all up inside the guts of that vehicle like he performing surgery. And I said, look at him. Look at him. He done turned this into that. And we ain't supposed to be doing all of this. And so what he doing is, in other words, since he didn't go to work last week, he want me to give him a paycheck to compensate for what he missed out on that job. And I'm like, man, how you gonna do this to a struggling woman? I'm a struggling woman. I can't give you your paycheck in place of what you missed on your job. I can't do that. And so he quoted me the parts to fix on that one side of the vehicle. Is something wrong with them wheels on that front part of that vehicle. So he said they're gonna be about $300, the parts by itself for that one side on the driver's side. And I could get away with that other side for a little while longer. I'm gonna still have to get that side fixed. I might as well gonna get a new car, right? I might as well gonna get a new car. And he was gonna charge me $300 on top of $300, so that $600 might as well say $1,000 when you get through with all that tax. And then guess what he did on top of that? Guess what he did on top of that? He said, I need to check the transmission. I said, what? He want to check the transmission. I said, look at him, trying to get some extra money, and he want to do some work. I said, oh no, we're not gonna do no work on this car. I just want you to check it and give me a price. I made that clear on the telephone before you get over here. And this man determined he gonna get a paycheck out of me. And I said, man, let's put all this back together. He didn't want to put all. He did not want to put that car back together. He wanted to do some work on that car so he can get a great big piece of money. And I said, man, I can't pay you all this money today. I wasn't prepared to do all this today. And he was determined. And I had a hard time talking him out of that. And man, so he finally put everything back together. And I was really, really bad about it because, and a part of me, like, I don't even want him to do the work now since he trying to get over on me. And he want to go up in the transmission. The transmission ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I ain't had no problem with my transmission, but if I let him have his way, I will have a problem with my transmission. I'm so sick and tired of it. These men taking advantage of a woman, a single woman. I'm so sick of. I've been having that problem ever since I turned 18 and could drive a car. I'm so sick of them. I'm so sick of them doing me like that. And if I could have all the money that these men done beat out of me as it relates to auto mechanic, I probably could buy several cars and have a whole great big car garage with full of cars in it and trucks and a minivan or two. Right? So, yeah. That's what I'm dealing with right there. I'll be so glad when I get my vehicle on the road. And whenever I get me another vehicle, I'm gonna make sure I get a several. I used to have a big problem and wonder why a lot of people have a whole lot of vehicles in their yard. But now I understand. Now I understand. And whenever I get on my feet, I'm gonna make sure I be just like them. I'm gonna get me a whole bunch of cars. I sure am. I sure am, honey. Cause whenever you don't have your own transportation, people do you dirty. Ooh, they do you dirty, and they don't have a whole lot of time to fool with you either. Yes, indeed. It's sad, but that's how it is. That's how it is. Yeah. But anyway, it look like to me I'm getting a little sleepy now. Are y'all getting sleepy? I'm finna kick y'all out of my bed. That's what I'm finna do. And get me a little sleep because I gotta get up and go to Walmart and try to convince somebody to give me a ride. You know how that go. Or do y'all know how that go? I don't think y'all know how it go. I ain't even gonna get into it. I'm not even gonna get into it. But anyway, yeah. Look like I done got a little hot. I turned my air conditioner off. I think I need to get up and turn it back on. I just be hot one minute, cold the next. I think I'm going through menopause and it is trying its best to kick the hell out of me. And I'm just doing all I can to stay afloat. Yes, indeed. One minute I'm hot, one minute I'm cold. And then I have my fan right there by the bed. And oh, it had me so stuffed up in my nose in the morning time after I lay there for a while with that fan blowing on me. But it's necessary. It really is. And plus, that motor, it kind of helped give me some relaxation and help me sleep a little better. But it look like I'm not getting all my sleep like I need to because my neighbor, they be disturbing me with all that noise. And then, this mattress. Oh, all mattresses are not created equal. And this mattress, it's a used mattress. And I got it from this store that sell new and used merchandise. And in the store, I thought it was a good quality, but I didn't test drive it good enough, I guess. And man, it didn't take me very long after I had it delivered to find out it wasn't a bit of good. It should have got put in the garbage can. It's got a swunk in it. Somebody with a great big old ass was laying in this bed before, a big wide back. And I can't stand a mattress that have a swunk in it. It's like you're laying in a swamp. And I can't stand that. I can't stand to have a swunk in the middle of the mattress. And it be hurting my back. And I got me another mattress in the layaway. And I need to go pay on it. And it's a very nice one. Man, it sits so doggone high. I think it's 18 inches wide. I ain't never had no mattress that wide. And I can't wait to test drive it and lay down on it and get it broke in real good. Man, it's very nice. And I've been thinking that I want to make my own headboard because a lot of these people just outrageous with their headboards. They want to charge so much. And then one of my classmates, I was looking out on his page on Facebook. He do a lot of woodwork. I was wondering if he'll make the headboard for me and not charge me that much. Because I want a special headboard. At first, I wanted a tufted headboard, but that'll make me feel like a hood rat. Because a lot of hood rats love them tufted headboards, unfortunately. And I don't want one because I don't like what everybody else has. And I was thinking, well, maybe I can make the headboard myself. Because I saw it on, not Facebook, on YouTube. One girl had made one, and I just love it. And it's like it's mirrored. It's got like some cracked mirrors on it, and it look like it's pretty easy to make. And I do like arts and crafts, so I could get into that. And I want it kind of all the way high, almost up to the ceiling. I know that's to the extreme, but that's what I like. And not all the way, but almost almost to the ceiling a little bit. And the only problem I got with that wood is gonna be a hell of a thing to move into this apartment and paying somebody to move it. Oh, that's gonna be another thing. It's so many lazy folks around here. They lazy ass men, and even if you pay them, they gonna take their time doing it and have so many excuses, and I don't have time for that. So I don't know if I want to do that or not. And then working with that mirror, that's kind of dangerous, even if you wear gloves. And I don't have time to have no glass get stuck up in my hand. Ooh, I can't stand that. I done had that to happen so many times, and I just don't like the idea of that happening or taking the chance of that happening. And man, oh my God, oh, it's like I need a full body massage. I am just so achy, achy, achy. And I'm like, I don't be doing no hard work. Why am I so achy? Whew. I don't know if it's arthritis trying to set in or what, but it's really getting on my nerves. And I know the older I get, the bones start breaking down. And you got to do more exercise the older you get. And I just ain't no fan of that exercise. I can't stand the exercise. Unlike some people, they love the exercise. I don't understand those kind of people. All that moving and grooving, I can't stand it. Getting up early in the morning, running and jogging and twisting and turning, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. And I know I could benefit from it, but I just don't want to get into it. And I just love laying down on my side and then rotating every now and again to the other side and then rotating again. I think that's the best thing, just laying down, taking it easy. I love it. Ooh, I bet my mother, she had to keep on knocking on her stomach when she was pregnant with me, make sure I was still in there and alive and well. Because I bet I was just laying down in that fetal position, didn't never move. I love to take a nap. Do you hear me? I love to take it easy and relax. All these other folks can't sit still. I ain't never had that problem. And that's why I guess some of these guys they got a problem with me with it in that bed because I just be laying there. I'm just such a lazy fuck. Lazy. Unless I'm really into the dude, then I get into it and move. But otherwise I like to just lay there when I am into all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? But I've been celibate and trying my best to stay that way until the good Lord send me my husband, my next husband, honey. And of course he gonna be fine and sexy and good looking, and I ain't gonna be able to resist him. So I might not be lazy with him. If he real good looking and smell good and everything, and got gorgeous teeth and all of this and all that, I might have to snap out of that being lazy in bed business. That's gonna make a big difference if he irresistible like that. Lazy, nothing. Ain't gonna be such a thing. It ain't gonna be such a thing. But if I'm not really into the guy, I just be laying there. I be so lazy. I be such a lazy fuck. I sure do. I sure do. I sure do. But yeah, I just really like relaxing and taking it easy. Unlike a lot of people that can't be still and sit down somewhere. I just love to relax. I sure do. It is one of my favorite pastimes. And oh, I can't wait to God bless me with my house in the country. I want to have me a wide porch, screened in porch with a swing on it. And maybe a swing out there in the yard and a lot of land and a long driveway where you gotta drive a long way from the highway to get to my house. Yes, and a lot of fruit trees and pecan trees. I gotta have me a pecan tree. What is life without pecans? I love pecans. Oh, I love pecans. And I need something to go with that ice cream that I got the other day. You know, my favorite is Magnum ice cream. I was trying my best to wean myself off of Magnum ice cream, but I just couldn't fathom life without Magnum ice cream. And why do they call it Magnum? It feels like I'm associated with a condom when I'm eating it. I don't like that. Condoms and ice cream, that don't even go together. Who is the one that thought of that, named that ice cream Magnum? Oh, but my favorite version is the double caramel. Oh my God. When I had my cat, we used to lay in the bed. She'd be curled up next to me, and we would be eating it, and I would give her hers, and she want. I guess she felt like mine tasted better, just like a little child. She acted just like a little child. You know how you have a little child, and you get in some little snack, and you have a snack, and they want to eat yours, like yours tastes better. And that's how my cat used to do. She was so sweet. I miss her so much. And I got her picture on my counter, and I have made it a tradition every morning when I come back. I kiss her picture and tell her good morning. And it's like she alive on the picture. She can see me and talk, not talk, but she can understand me talking to her. But I feel like her spirit is still with me. And every time I think about her too hard and too long, I just cry, cry, cry. Because it's just devastating. It's just like she my real child. And she was so sweet. I didn't never had no problems out of her. Never have any problems out of her. She didn't try to scratch me or bite me or nothing like that. And she was just so sweet all the time. But anyway, uh, I'm getting ready to get off of here. I guess I want to go in there and soak my feet. What time is it? Oh hell! It's almost 3:30 in the morning. I didn't know I had been on here this long. Yeah, it's time for y'all to get out of my bed. It's time for y'all to get out of my bed. And I think I'm going to go and go to sleep. Man, I didn't know this late. Wow. I was going to go in there and soak my back and my feet in that bathtub. I think I'm going to wait for that. Oh, man. I sure do want to go in there, though. But I don't think I will. It's too late for all this. And I'm ready to go to sleep. But anyway, I appreciate y'all so much for tuning in and coming to bed with Karma Kaboom. Now I'm ready to kick y'all out of my bed, and we'll do this again sometime real soon. Did y'all enjoy this? I enjoyed it. Getting in bed with Karma Kaboom. I guess this will be a new thing that we'll do. Maybe, maybe not. And we'll just have some talks like this. I enjoyed it. And I hope that you all did too. And my supporter that sent me the cash app yesterday, thank you so much. And I appreciate you so much. And those of you that have been buying the shirts, thank you so much. And I am enjoying doing the shirts. And sometime this year, I want to have an app bill, whereas it'll be like our own social media. So the builder says. And I'm looking forward to that. Having my own app, Karma Kaboom, and so much more. Okay, guys, I'm getting ready to get off of here. Thank you so much for coming to bed with Karma Kaboom. All right. Holla at your girl. Peace.